This is the CW6 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Dora Scheidel. We have new information tonight about the officers who shot a suspected drug dealer this week in Syracuse. Police have identified the three detectives as Jeffrey Balla, Edward Falkowski, and Jason Ife. Balla is a 16-year veteran on the Syracuse Police Department. Falkowski has been with the department for 18 years, and Ife has been with the department for 9. All three detectives who fired their weapons at least once are currently on administrative leave. The suspect who the detectives fired at is 24-year-old Kadeem Arindel Martin. He's currently in critical condition at Upstate University Hospital, but is expected to survive. Police say they were conducting a narcotics investigation when they saw Arindel Martin selling drugs on the 100 block of Lexington Avenue just before 3 o'clock Wednesday. When they tried to arrest him, police say Arindel Martin tried to flee by driving his vehicle into an unmarked police car. Then they say he put his car in reverse and drove towards one of the detectives who was standing nearby. Police say the case is still under investigation. New tonight, police say a mechanic is dead after he was pinned under a car he was working on at his Manlius garage. It happened just before 12:30 this afternoon at GP Body Works, which is on the 8600 block of the Genesee Turnpike. Police say they found 54-year-old George Pfeiffer pinned underneath a car he had been repairing. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The accident is under investigation, but police believe it was accidental. We also have new information tonight on the crash that killed a 12-year-old boy out of Oswego County. The Sheriff's Department has now revealed the name of the truck driver who hit the boy as he was riding his bike yesterday afternoon. Deputies say the driver is 71-year-old Ronald Blair of Kirkville. At this point, no charges have been filed against him. Deputies say 12-year-old Joey Eish was riding his bike along County Route 15 near Van Auken Road in the town of Boylston Friday when he was hit by the truck. He was rushed to Upstate University Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Deputies say the crash is still under investigation. Well, it's a surprise party that will benefit more than just the birthday boy. Tonight, a pub crawl in downtown Syracuse is raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project. An $8 wristband for military members and a $10 one for non-military will get you discounts at several local bars tonight and the opportunity to raise money for a great cause. Our Samantha German explains the inspiration behind this event, all new at 10 tonight.
At first, Whitney McKnight just wanted to find a way to surprise her boyfriend for his birthday.
He is an amazing person. He's probably the most optimistic person I've ever met in my life.
But then she came up with a way to celebrate a cause dear to his heart.
My boyfriend is a local airman here in Syracuse, born and raised here.
McKnight decided to plan a pub crawl for the Wounded Warrior Project to not only show thanks to the man in her life, but also to hundreds of men and women across the country who sacrifice everything for our freedom.
A lot of people don't realize what our service members in this community do, and I want to tell everyone that, they don't realize that they're there, but they're the person standing next to you in the line at the coffee shop. They're the person who is standing behind you at the grocery store, the person, who does all these amazing things, and people just don't see them as much as I wish that they did in our community.
Whitney McKnight says the goal is to raise $5,000 for the Wounded Warrior Project and to just have a good time for a good cause. All of the money raised from wristbands and raffle tickets will go straight to the Wounded Warrior Project. She only expected 6 bars to get involved and was completely blown away when twice as many signed up to help.
We were contacted through Facebook, and I thought it was a great thing to get involved with the project. Obviously, we want to support the men and women that support us and defend our country.
For McKnight, it was a unique opportunity to show appreciation for the man who has always been by her side and the warriors our country can always count on. Reporting in Syracuse, I'm Samantha German.
Across the city of Lafayette, Louisiana, memorials stand in honor of the 2 women killed and the 9 injured in a shooting rampage inside a movie theater Thursday night. Meanwhile, investigators continue searching for clues to try to figure out why John Russell Hauser opened fire. Jay Gray reports.
It's broken our hearts.
We cannot let the evil win.
11 times a bell sounded in Lafayette today. Once for each of the victims wounded or killed during an ambush at the Grand Theater on Thursday.
It was very touching to see so many people come by to stop and pray and reflect and hug one another and share their hearts. That's what helps us get through these types of things.
A community struggling in the face of the tragedy as police and federal agents try to piece together how and why it happened.
I don't know that we'll know 100% for sure what was his reasonings behind this.
Police continue to interview witnesses and the wounded and are also now focused on journals and online posts from John Russell Hauser, the man investigators say opened fire in the crowded theater before turning the gun on himself.
Our intelligence section is still analyzing a lot of that, as well as cell phone records, things of that nature.
In a community still grieving. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Well, meteorologist Mike Brookins is here now. And Mike, you know, dark clouds and sticky weather, not always a good sign of what's to come.
Yeah, and unfortunately it's on the weekend, but a lot of gardens and yards could use a little bit of moisture. Nothing falling in Syracuse tonight now, different in other places. There's the Stanley Law Sky Watch. It is dark, it is quiet here in Syracuse. Let's show you live triple Doppler radar. This is brought to us by Cayuga Community College. Showers have developed in many areas. They're moving off to the east and southeast, and a few isolated thunderstorms. We're not expecting any severe storms, but any storm can contain some lightning and briefly downpours and heavy rain. There's some lightning right there, a storm over Lake Ontario. Let's go on a little radar tour. You see southern sections of Cayuga County, west of Moravia near Ledyard, south of Ithaca, some downpours. Doesn't look like there's much lightning with that. Also near Verona Beach and Boonville in Oneida County. Lastly, we'll go just to the west of Oswego, where they've got their Harborfest fireworks going on, and you can see a downpour there over Lake Ontario, a couple of thunderstorms. This is going to weaken overnight to isolated showers. For tomorrow, 84 degrees, isolated showers come to an end. There may be an isolated storm to our south and east in the afternoon, but a sticky day. Hot and sticky later in the 7-day. We'll share that coming up.
Thank you, Mike. The Northeast Jazz and Wine Fest continues downtown tonight. The festival draws thousands of people to Clinton Square and features tastings from local wineries. It also brings in some big names in the jazz world. The event wraps up tomorrow. A jazz legend in town to perform at the festival also made a stop at Subcat Studios this afternoon. Syracuse native Tom Emmy produces a show called Studio Jams, where he brings together famous jazz names with local musicians for an improv recording. Today he had Janice Siegel, member of the Grammy Award-winning group Manhattan Transfer, in studio playing with some local jazz musicians. Emmy hopes the show, which already airs in several countries, will soon be on the airwaves here in central New York. Well, coming up on the news at 10, incredible video out of the Sin City. We'll tell you why visitors were forced to evacuate their hotel. Plus, a world-famous wrestler is dealing with the fallout following some controversial comments. Still ahead, why Hulk Hogan's organization is distancing themselves from the superstar. And looking ahead to Monday, our evening call-in is about caring for Alzheimer's patients. It's a stressful family situation, so we're answering your questions about where to find help for family members as well as caregivers. You can call in from 5 to 6:30 or email us with questions at answers@cnycentral.org.